Hi everybody and welcome back to Kobe's Comics, Collectibles, and Lego. I hope you are all having an amazing day when or wherever you may be. In this video we are going to be getting into all of the Ahsoka sets that were released on September 1st in honor of the Ahsoka finale that will not be out by the time I'm filming and writing this, but it should be out by the time I'm posting it. So tell me your thoughts on the Ahsoka finale in the comments below. The other set I'm going to be getting into in this video is the one in the thumbnail, and I'm sure the reason you clicked on this video, the brand new UCS Venator class Star Destroyer as seen in the Clone Wars and the prequels. Those are some of my favorite eras of Star Wars. That's the era I really grew up with, so I'm super excited to get into this set. If you like the video, please consider dropping a like as it really helps me with the algorithm. If you want to see some of my other social media, you can follow me on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok at Kobe1Kenobi99. If you want to see more content like this on YouTube, you can subscribe and turn on the bell notification to get notified whenever Kobe's Comics, Collectibles, and Lego post another video. Now let's get into the sets for today's video. For the first set of this video, we have set 75357, the new Ghost and Phantom 2. This set has 1,397 pieces and 5 minifigures, and it's the home of the Ghost Crew, or the Spectres, the main protagonists of the Rebels TV show, and it came out September 1st for $160 for the new Ahsoka show, which is the second time that it was shown in live action. For the box art of the Ghost and Phantom 2, I think that they did a great job. I love getting some of the other Star Wars sets like this, not just the adult sets, because those obviously have just the all black boxes. I love actually seeing some Star Wars art in the background. We even see a little drawing of one of the ships that comes in one of the other Ahsoka sets, and all the minifigures down here. Ahsoka, because it came out with the Ahsoka show, and on the back, we see it in a little Rebels hangar with all the minifigures hanging out, and we see all the play features. So I think that they did pretty good with the box art of this set.
Building the Ghost and Phantom was a lot of fun. There was some really cool building techniques and even some bricks that I haven't seen before. This new build was a true reimagining of how cool a set like this could be, redesigning the entire ship and adding such cool play features. This was really a set where it was so rewarding to see how everything comes together at the end. The only problem I had was there was quite a few pieces that were stickers that could have been printed on, but other than that, it was a very cool and interesting build.
The details on the outside of the Ghost look pretty decent. I really like the red on top. I think it really pops, and I really like the engines that they redesigned. I think that they look really good, but my favorite part would have to be this play feature that moves the guns as it fires the little blaster shots. The details on the Phantom 2 look decent. I like the stickers that they put on top of the cockpit, and I like the little drawer that they put on the back of it. There's nothing super special about the details on this ship, but it's not too bad. I like the interior of this new Ghost build. There's so much more space to be able to put minifigures. I really like the new steering wheel they put using one of the old Inquisitor lightsaber hilts. And my favorite part has to be these little compartments right here that lead to the escape pods, that even include little printed pieces that have warning signs, and I just think that that is so cool. And the warning signs even have Aurebesh on them. It's just a really fun detail in my opinion, so I really like the interior on this set. I also have the original Ghost Lego set, so we can compare the original one and the new one. I think that I like the new one better. It uses a lot smaller pieces, and I think it makes it look much more defined and detailed. I like the new version of the escape pods better, even though that they can't come off. I always thought that these looked really clunky, and the fact that they could come off was never that fun of a feature anyway. I really like the new version of the gunner seat up here, and even though it doesn't really move or come out, I think this one just looked too clunky and really didn't look put together, so I like the new one much better. And lastly, I like the new version of the engines much better. I like the new pieces that they used to make it look much more technical, and I like the fact that they used blue instead of orange on the new one. So I like the new one much better than the old one, but I still think the old one is pretty decent. I also have both of the original versions of the Phantoms, but we're only going to be focusing on the Phantom 2 for this video. There isn't much difference between these two other than the size. On the original version, it has these little legs, and it has a compartment for Chopper to be put, and a larger compartment in the back. And that, I think, is just because it was its own set, and it didn't originally come with the Ghost, so it needed a little bit more detail. But other than that, there isn't much difference between these two. As far as how the Phantom 2 looks in both of the sets, I think that I definitely like the new one much better. For the old one, like I said before, the Phantom 2 was entirely its own set, and the Ghost was its own set, so they kind of had to make a lot more details and make the Phantom 2 a lot bigger, so now it kind of just juts out whenever you put it on the back of the Ghost. But this other Phantom 2 was built specifically with the set and to fit within the set, so it just looks much more natural sitting within it. So I like the new one much better in this case. The first minifigure of this set is Hera Syndulla. Hera is the captain of the Ghost and the one typically flying the ship and escaping Imperials back in the Rebel days. In the new Ahsoka show, she's now a general in the New Republic for her service in the Galactic Civil War. The only accessory that Hera has is a small blaster she can hold, and I really like the detailing they did on her leg pieces on the front. I think that that's really cool, and I really like the detailing they did on the back of her jacket and the detailing they did for her leku. I think that that printing looks really good. So overall, I think that they did pretty good for this Hera minifigure. Compared to the first Hera minifigure, which came in set 75053, the original version of the Ghost, and set 75127, the Ghost Microfighter, I think that they did an even better job than before. She has a lot more detail in the printing of the newer figure. She has different colored arms, different colored headpiece, and a different outfit altogether, because this is really more based off of the live action version and this one's really more based off of the animated version. So I think that both minifigures have their own styles and both are good. The next minifigure of this set is the sassy war criminal droid companion of the Ghost crew. He has one of the highest, if not the highest, kill count in the entire crew and has no problem committing more. There's nothing super special about his new minifigure, just general astromech printing on the front and the back, and a white body with this white little tile circle piece on his head, and a bright orange head. I also have the original Chopper minifigure that released in a few of the old Rebel sets, including set 75158, Rebel Combat Frigate, and 75048 and 75170, being the Phantom 1 and 2 respectively. And I honestly like the old version much better. The all gray and darker orange looks so much better and screen accurate than this new one. This one just looks so cartoonish, even though this one is really more screen accurate to the actual animated cartoon that it was originally from. So I'm not sure exactly what they were thinking with the new minifigure. There's no back printing on the original one, and there is on the new one, but I think that the coloring downside outweighs the fact that there's no printing on the back, so I still like the original one better. The next minifigure we have for this set is Jacen Syndulla. This is a character that we only really saw in the finale episode of the Rebels show. He's the son of the Ghost Captain Hera Syndulla and Kanan Jarrus, the Jedi Master of the Ghost crew, Hera's husband, and Ezra Bridger's master. Jacen has definitely been shown to have acquired Force sensitivity from his father in the Ahsoka show. There's nothing super special about the details or printing on this minifigure. I'm kind of upset that they didn't give him his screen-accurate green hair like in the show, because that would have made him stand out a lot more and not look like just some random kid. But I do like the printing on this chest piece, and I might be able to use it for another minifigure, so I think it's a decent minifigure overall. The next minifigure we have for this set is Lieutenant Beta, a background character from Ahsoka, being a starfighter pilot under the command of Hera Syndulla, and was with her in Episode 3 in that scene of the first meeting between Hera and New Republic Senator and Rebel leader Mon Mothma. And he is also a Mon Calamari, the same species as Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap!
All he comes with is a single blaster, but I really like the speckled look that they used for the printing on his head, and I like the New Republic pilot outfit that they gave him, so overall I think that this minifigure is pretty good. The final minifigure for this set is First Officer Vic Hawkins, the other background character with Hera Syndulla in the scene of her meeting Mon Mothma. He's also under Hera's command as a first officer aboard the New Republic's defense fleet. This is just your average New Republic officer minifigure. We've seen this before, it's really nothing super special. The next Ahsoka set is set 75362, Ahsoka's T6 Jedi Shuttle. This set came out September 1st for $80 with 599 pieces and 4 minifigures. This is the ship Ahsoka's been flying around since the end of the Galactic Civil War, and we first saw it in the finale episode of Rebels. And it's now the ship she's been flying around throughout the entire Ahsoka show. But I know that this set is pretty infamous because the back of it is supposed to be like completely blank and have no details, so I'm excited to see how this set is going to turn out. The building was pretty decent for Ahsoka's Jedi Shuttle. I honestly expected it to feel repetitive because of the symmetrical look of the ship, but there was definitely some cool parts of the design that were very fun to build, like the mechanism to make the wings and the stand. Overall, I found this build to be very enjoyable. For the details of this set, everything I heard about it is absolutely true. I love the top of the wings. I think the pattern looks good, and the cockpit and the rest of the ship here looks even better. I love some of the details and the stickers that they put on here. The big problem with this set is just the back of these wings. They're completely blank, and this is just so ugly when they very easily could have added this the same design or a very similar design like this to the front and the back. But as long as you keep it sitting like this, you won't be able to see it. So other than that, the details are pretty good. The main play feature of this set is the spinning mechanism that allows you to spin the wings 360 degrees around the ship. And there's also 2 small compartments on each side of the ship to store some of the accessories that come with the minifigures. And one little detail that I thought was cool is that they have these little things on each side of the ship that you can put out so it won't tip over whenever you're setting the ship down. So overall, the play features are pretty cool for this set. The first minifigure for this video is Ahsoka Tano. If you clicked on this video, I assume you have a general idea who she is. She's been many things: Anakin Skywalker's Padawan, then no longer a Jedi, then she fought Darth Vader and fought for the Rebellion.
Anakin Skywalker was weak. I destroyed him.
Then I will avenge his death.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
And helped out Grogu and Luke Skywalker in post-Empire, and now she's fighting Thrawn with the old Ghost crew who she knows from her days as a rebel. These taking place in the Clone Wars movie, then show, Rebels, Mando Season 2, Mando Season 2.5, and now her own show. Ahsoka comes with her 2 white lightsabers, and I really love the printing on this minifigure. Her Jedi tunic and robes going down her legs looks great, and I think it's really cool that they added toes showing her Jedi shoes from the show. The arm print looks really detailed, and the new mold and printing of her Leku is probably my favorite part. Overall, this is a great minifigure. The next minifigure we have is Sabine Wren, the ex-Imperial Mandalorian weapons and demolition specialist of the Ghost crew, being a friend to Ezra Bridger, and even briefly being taught how to wield the Darksaber, which we saw through The Mandalorian, with training from Jedi Master of the Ghost crew, Kanan Jarrus, before giving the saber to Bo-Katan Kryze. She also debuted in the Rebels TV show and is getting her live-action debut in this new Ahsoka show. Sabine comes with her helmet, her purple hair, her 2 blasters, and Ezra's old lightsaber. I think that they did a really good with the printing on this figure. I like the printing on her chest piece and her helmet, and on her belt and her legs. My one problem with it is that I wish they would have added a little arm printing to show her shoulder pauldrons, just like she has in the show, but other than that, this is a pretty good minifigure. I also have the two other Sabine Wren minifigures that came out to compare to the original one. My favorite one would likely be the first one, which came out in set 75106, the Imperial Assault Cruiser, and set 75090, Ezra's speeder bike. I love the belt and the little pockets and gadgets she has on her belt. I love the orange streaks through her hair, and I like the original helmet better, and this is the version of Sabine that helmet came with. The second version, which is this one right here, came in set 75150, Vader's TIE Advanced versus A-Wing Starfighter, in set 75184, the Star Wars Advent Calendar 2017. This one just seems so blank compared to the other two, but I think that the first version and now the third versions look very good compared to what they were based off of. Because this one is from the Rebels TV show and this one's from the Ahsoka TV show. So I think that they look pretty good from their respective TV shows. The next minifigure we have is Professor Huyang. Huyang is a Mark IV architect droid that's tens of thousands of years old, and he taught Jedi younglings how to build lightsabers for generations. He was seen in the Clone Wars show going on many adventures. It is not revealed how he escaped the Jedi Purge and survived through the fall of the Empire, but we do know he eventually met up with Ahsoka and now joins her in her journey on her new show. Huyang comes with this one wrench that she uses to work on the ship in the Ahsoka show, and I absolutely love the printing and details on this fig. He absolutely looks amazing as a minifigure. The molding on this head looks absolutely amazing. It's so detailed, and the robotic features all over his body look absolutely great. So I think that they did an absolutely amazing job with this minifigure. The last minifigure of this set is Marok. Marok is a completely original character for the Ahsoka show. All we know about him is that he was a former Imperial Inquisitor who became a mercenary hired by Morgan Elspeth to help her get Thrawn, before he was killed in a duel with Ahsoka and turned into Star Wars' first living force fart. All Marok has is his Inquisitor double-bladed red lightsaber, but I really like the look of this figure. I love how they did the molding for his fencing-like mask and for his really cool shoulder armor, and even added the same printing that's on his chest piece on the outside of the shoulder armor. And of course, because he's an Inquisitor, he has a little holder for his hilt on his back. And if you look on some of the rest of the armor, you can even see little signs of rust and wear, so I just absolutely love what they did with the details for this fig. The last Ahsoka Lego set release is set 75364, the New Republic E-Wing versus Shin Hati Starfighter, coming with 1,056 pieces and 5 minifigures. These ships were already a part of Star Wars canon, but they appeared in live action for the first time in Episode 3 of Ahsoka's new show, and this set also features some of the main antagonists of Ahsoka's show. Once again, for the box art of this set, we see both of these ships with some firing some studs, flying over a planet. We see Ahsoka, which is the TV show that this set released for, and we see the minifigures that this set comes with. And on the back, we see all of the play features that this set has, and we see a little battle scene the minifigures are set in. So overall, I think that they did pretty good with the box art. Building the E-Wing and Shin Hati's Starfighter were pretty interesting. I love some of the ways they used the Technic pieces in the E-Wing to attach the wings to the ship, and I love the way that they built the landing gear on the E-Wing. I also thought it was really fun building the weird shape of Shin Hati's ship and seeing it come together at the end. Overall, it was a pretty fun build. I think the details on the E-Wing are pretty cool. I really like the blue and white design that they use. I think it's really sleek and elegant, perfect for the New Republic era. I really like the stickers that they use to show pipes and other systems inside the ship. I love this astromech port. I think that it fits really well with the rest of the ship, and I think that it's really cool that they added a small compartment under the cockpit where the pilot can store his blaster. The details for Shin's Starfighter are really interesting to me. I really like that they use the details of these yellow and gray accent bricks differently on each side to really get that worn look like they had in the show. And I also really like this propeller type thing that they have in the middle. It really reminds me of the old World War II style planes. And there are also quite a few compartments for minifigure accessory storage on this ship. The first minifigure for this set is Morgan Elsbeth. Morgan is a human Night Sister, the Night Sisters being a group of Force-sensitive witches that we saw on the planet Dathomir in the Clone Wars. And after the fall of her fellow Night Sisters and then the Republic, Morgan helped form the Imperial Navy before becoming a magistrate on the planet Corvus, and eventually being captured by Din Djarin and Ahsoka Tano and given to the New Republic, as seen in Mandalorian Season 2. Before being broken free by the mercenaries Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, and going on a journey to free Grand Admiral Thrawn from exile in the new Ahsoka show. I really like the printing on Morgan. The details on her forehead look really good. I love her robes, her belt, and the little thing that she has on her belt, and I think that the molding for her hair looks absolutely great. I just wish that they would have given us a little printing on her dress. But other than that, I think that they did pretty good with this minifigure. Our next minifigure is Shin Hati. Shin is a new character from the Ahsoka show. She's a Force user under the apprenticeship of fallen Jedi Baylan Skoll, and is currently a mercenary under the command of Morgan Elsbeth in the quest to find Thrawn. She comes with a red-bladed lightsaber, although it's more orange in the show. And I really like the printing on this figure. Her armor looks absolutely awesome on the chest, and even the robe flowing down her legs looks really cool. And my favorite part would probably be these really cool buckles on her back. So overall, I think that they did really good with the details of this fig. The third minifigure of this set is Baylan Skoll. Baylan is a fallen Jedi general turned mercenary for Morgan Elsbeth, after the purge and fall of both the Republic and the Empire. He now has an apprentice in Shin Hati, and is working for Morgan Elsbeth to try to find Thrawn, but he seems to have other motives other than just finding Thrawn. Baylan comes with a red lightsaber with a darker metal lightsaber hilt. Baylan and Shin's designs are very similar, although Baylan's is obviously darker. They have the same shaped armor pieces and very similar robes on the legs, although Baylan's are very obviously more worn than Shin's were, and they have very similar buckles on the back. So like I said with Shin's minifigure, I think they did pretty good with the details of this fig. The next minifigure is Captain Porter. He's a New Republic pilot captain with the call sign Spectre 2-1, continuing the call signs for the Ghost crew in the Rebels TV show. He's another throwaway character from the Ahsoka show, and he appeared in the beginning of the first episode of Ahsoka as one of the pilots searching for Sabine Wren. He comes with one blaster in his New Republic helmet, and I think that the details on his New Republic pilot uniform look absolutely great. I love the details on the pockets and the stitching on both the front and the back, but I think that the favorite part of this minifigure would have to be the helmet. I love all the tiny little lines and multiple little designs all over the helmet. So I think that they did really good for the printing on this minifigure. The last minifigure of this set is this New Republic astromech droid with a new coloration that's exclusive to this set. There's nothing super special about the printing for this minifigure, it's just your average astromech droid, but I think that the new coloring of the blue and yellow matches with the ship very well in this set, so I like this minifigure. Here it is, the set you and I have all been waiting for. I've lost lots of sleep over this set between writing the script, filming this video, and getting up for the October 1st LEGO releases, but I really do not care. Any avid LEGO Star Wars fan knows we've heard rumors about this set for months, and it's finally here. Set 75367, the Venator class Star Destroyer, also known as the Republic Attack Cruiser. It comes with 5,347 pieces and retails for $650. This was seen in so many battles throughout the prequel movies and the Clone Wars TV show. I'm super excited to get into this set, so let's just get it open. For the box art of this set, there's nothing super amazing. I've never been a super big fan of the 18 plus all black look for these new Star Wars UCS sets. I always preferred the older UCS look that had the Star Wars art in the background. All the art we get on this box is a few pieces of concept art on the back, but other than that, there's just some pictures of the actual Lego set. So nothing super special about the box art of this set, but the set absolutely makes it worth the buy. I loved building the Venator so much. It was definitely a long build, but so worth it. The frame didn't take too long to build, then you just get right into the bulk of the set. I think my favorite parts of the ship to build would have to be the bridge or the engines. The engines were designed in a way I hadn't seen before, being built around full Lego bricks and not just Lego axle rods, so I thought that that was cool. I also really enjoyed building the sides of the ship. The little hangars on the sides of the ship were really interesting, and I loved seeing how they fit with the rest of the ship. One thing to note is that I felt that there was a pretty good amount of extra space in the ship for them to add some sort of bridge or interior part of the ship, so I kinda wish we would have seen that. I also didn't really love the mini build of the Republic gunship at all. It was really just 3 pieces and they could have added more detail to it. But overall, building this ship was super fun, and it's a build that I definitely recommend. Now, before I get into the actual set, I wanted to go over this really cool box art that was on the second packages inside of the box, and it shows a bunch of the live action Venators and some separatist ships from the Battle of Coruscant, from Revenge of the Sith, and on the other side it's very similar with some more close-up shots, so I just thought this box art was really cool and wanted to mention it. There are a lot of details on this ship because this is a very big build, around the same size as the UCS Star Destroyer, so there's a lot to go over. One of the first things I really liked were the engines. I really love the wheel pieces that they chose to use, especially these like pointed ones that go to the end, so I think the engines look really great on this ship. I also really liked the bridge of this set. I liked the small blue translucent pieces that they used to show the windows in the ship, and I really like the smaller Lego pieces that they used to add more detail to the top and the sides of the bridge. I think it adds a good flair. And I really like the slanted pieces that they had us build to have the bridge connect with the ship. I think that those look really good. I also really like the red tile pieces that they used to show the paint job on the ship, and this little sticker that they have right here, although I do think that this probably didn't have to be a sticker and it could have been printed on. And although I do like the look of these turrets here, they aren't really all that posable, especially these arms going up and down, so I do wish they were a little bit more posable, but other than that, I think this part looks pretty good. And my main complaint about this build would be this front part here. All of these little gray details that they added all over the front are not screen accurate, and you can even see that there's no gray on the front of these ships and some of the concept art that they put on the box. So I really have no idea why they added that. And up here there's some exposed studs up at the front, and because this part right here, this red edition up at the front, is one of the last things that you build, these exposed pieces just kind of make it feel very incomplete to me, but that's kind of just my opinion. But other than those 2 details, I think that this build and all of the details on it are absolutely great. The first minifigure we have for this set is fan favorite character Captain Rex. He was first to captain the 501st Legion of the Grand Republic under Jedi General Anakin Skywalker, and was then in command of the 332nd Company along with Ahsoka Tano in the Battle of Mandalore during the Clone Wars. After the end of the war and the fall of the Republic, he joined the Ghost Crew and Ahsoka on their adventures fighting the Empire on the Rebels TV show. Rex comes with his 2 signature blasters. I really love most of the details on this fig. I think that the helmet and the chest look really good. I love that you can even see the tally marks just like in the show, and I really love that this brand new clone arm printing. I think that that looks really great. The one thing that I don't love about this figure is that they gave him a printed skirt. I don't think that that looks good at all. You can barely see it. It's only printed right there on the sides. It's not printed on the sides or the back. So I just would have really preferred for them to give him a cloth skirt like in past minifigures, but other than that, I really like the details on this minifigure. One other thing to note about this minifigure is that he has only had 3 other minifigures in this uniform before this, the last one coming out back in 2012, so I imagine this minifigure will probably be worth a good amount of money someday, so if you're into LEGO minifigure investing, this might be a minifigure worth researching. The next and final minifigure of this set is Wolf Yularen. He was originally an admiral in the Republic Navy and served alongside Jedi General Anakin Skywalker and Clone Captain Rex during the Clone Wars, which is the era we see him in this set. But he did survive the fall of the Republic and became a colonel in the ISB, the Imperial Security Bureau. And he eventually assisted Thrawn in his ascendancy through the Empire and helped Thrawn find the rebel Fulcrum agents that were leaking Imperial data to the rebels, before eventually dying in the Battle of Yavin as a colonel on the first Death Star. Yavin's minifigure is pretty average, only wearing the common Republic officer uniform, but I do really like the look of his classic mustache, so overall I like this minifigure. That's going to be it for today's video here. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification to get notified when Kobe's Comics, Collectibles, and Legos posts another video. I hope everybody has an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.